Hello, everybody. Lobotomized Logan here, and today I want to talk about the newest subgenre in gaming, that being bullet heaven. Now, bullet heaven describes games like Vampire Survivors, Megabonk, and many others that have blown up in this seemingly new fad. So, what is my opinion on bullet heaven games? I actually don't like Vampire Survivors. I know that's a controversial opinion. I actually only bought the game because I wanted to play the Among Us DLC. I thought it was hilarious and I really wanted the characters, but I haven't unlocked them yet because I do not like Vampire Survivors. I don't like the aesthetic. I feel like my hits don't connect all the time, and honestly, I have no nostalgia for the NES/SNES retro era. So these graphics aren't doing much for me. However, there was another bullet heaven game that released late last year, and that was Megabonk, and it absorbed my life for like 3 weeks. The one thing I love about bullet heaven games is the fact they run on anything. And during that time, I was using my GPD Win Mini a lot because I didn't have very many games for my Switch 2. And this game absorbed so much of my free time. If I was on the couch watching TV, I was playing this in the background. If I was in my room, I would use this for homework breaks. This game is just super addicting and it is so fun, and I honestly hope it gets more content. I don't think it is. I think this is a very one and done game due to the developer just kind of ghosting the community after he released it, which there's nothing wrong with. If you're an indie game developer and you want to release a game and then dip, more power to you, especially if you can make millions off it and never have to work again. Something else I find interesting about the genre is yes, it is a lot like bullet hell, but instead of avoiding the enemies, you are running directly into them. It reads to me like a Muso or warrior subgenre, where these hordes of enemies keep coming at you and coming at you, but the main difference between a Warriors game and a bullet heaven game is Warriors, you are an active participant, you are pressing buttons and directly attacking. In bullet heaven games, it's more of a sit back and strategize while you make your build that'll destroy everything on the map. And honestly, towards the later stages of the game, it gets crazy with the types of synergies and builds you can do. One of my favorite things to do in this game is to run the Axe, the Flame Walker, and play as Tony McZoom while prioritizing tomes like the XP tome, the size tome, and damage tome, so that I can basically just be a walking saw blade so that no one can get close to me, no one can get in front of me, and if they manage to do that, Tony McZoom's dagger crit hits and directs to whoever's closest. Did I mention that you can get all of this for just $10? For cheaper than some fast food meals, you can get this game that has brought me 40 hours of content and some others hundreds more. But Logan, you may be asking, I don't want to spend money on a bullet heaven game. I don't know if this genre is for me, and I do not want to throw down a $10 bill. Well, I understand you. My recommendation would be play Spartan Survivors on Steam. It is a free fan game based on the Halo franchise and a wonderful entry point to the bullet heaven genre. It's not the longest game, as being free, it doesn't have the most content, nor has it gotten any updates. For something that only costs your free time, it is definitely worth checking out. This also runs great on the Steam Deck, and it's the primary way I tested the trackpads, as the little circle on the screen was great for seeing the sensitivity and the calibration of them. And those two games were the games I had the most experience with bullet heaven wise, and I'm wondering how the genre can be made more interesting, as not everything can just be Vampire Survivors but with a different skin. I think what made Megabonk so successful was that it was 3D. Luckily, the future seems bright as everyone and their mother is jumping onto the bullet heaven hype train. We have Deep Rock Galactic making a bullet heaven game. We have Warhammer Survivors. Even anime is getting on the Survivor hype train with Jujutsu Kaisen Rumble. And I think that is the perfect type of thing for this genre, is licensed games and anime games. I would love to see a One Piece Survivors or a Persona Survivors or even a Pac-Man Survivors. Let's get wacky with this. I just don't want every single one of the games in this genre to be 2D top-down and retro-inspired like Vampire Survivors. I want variety, and maybe that's just my fault because I haven't been playing too many PC games, so I haven't been where bullet heaven games usually live, which is Steam. But over the next months, I'm going to try and get more into bullet heaven games. I want to try games like Vampire Hunters, a first-person shooter inspired by Doom, or Halls of Torment, a survivor game that is inspired by Diablo and other ARPGs. Because I know this genre can be more than just Vampire Survivors. And that is no dig on Vampire Survivors. it has gotten so many people into this genre, and it has probably created this genre, if we're being honest. It is what gave popularity to this type of game. That's been all for my thoughts on Bullet Heaven games. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Leave some comments about what games I should try out, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Lobotomized Logan, out.